Hello, I'm Matthew Koffenberg, physical therapist and owner of Back in Motion Physical Therapy in Perham, Minnesota and Park Rapids, Minnesota. Today we are going to continue the series that I started with the last episode called The 5 Best. So what this series is going to entail is the 5 best exercises for various joints within the body. What are the 5 best exercises you could do to prevent some common injuries in different areas of the body? So last episode we talked about in general the 5 best exercises for the body to prevent some of the more common injuries. Today we're going to specifically start our joint series. Today we're going to talk about the foot and the ankle. What are, in my opinion, the 5 best exercises for the foot and the ankle? There are lots of exercises out there. I wanted to narrow this down to, the question I asked myself is, what exercises would I do to prevent some of the common stuff that would happen at the foot and the ankle? So the most common injuries that I'll see in my clinic at the foot and the ankle are plantar fasciitis and Achilles tendonitis. So plantar fasciitis is an injury to basically the bottom of the foot where there's a thick piece of tissue called the plantar fascia that attaches into the heel, and that tissue can often get really irritated and people can end up with a ton of pain with each step they take. That's a very common injury. The other one that we're going to address these exercises around is Achilles tendonitis. So the Achilles tendon is that thick band of tissue. So the Achilles tendon is basically the tissue right here. It's really thick. It attaches into the heel from the calf muscle. That area often gets very irritated and painful. So we're going to talk about 5 exercises designed to prevent Achilles tendonitis and plantar fasciitis. So what we want to think about is we want to strengthen the area and we want to keep the area mobile. So 2 exercises that you can do up against a wall. One would be to stretch the calf. It's really important that we stretch the calf. So the way I recommend it is you just take a little towel roll it up. You would place the towel roll onto the floor. And in this instance, we're going to stretch my left calf. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my forefoot and I'm going to put it right on top of the towel. My heel is going to stay on the ground. That's the key. You really want to make sure that the heel stays on the ground. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your right leg and lift it and put it ahead of the other. You're going to place both of your hands on the wall. The knee of my left leg is going to be perfectly straight. The heel of my left leg stays on the ground. And what I then do is I lean forward. All I'm doing is bending my right knee as I lean forward. And at this very moment, I'm feeling a wonderful stretch in my calf. Now, when you do stretches, you want to stretch 5 times. And depending on your age, you want to hold it a certain amount of time. If you are 55 years and older, you actually want to hold it for 60 seconds. If you are less than 55 years of age, you want to hold it for 30 seconds. But 5 stretches at a time. The other exercise that you can do up against a wall is a strengthening exercise. So the easiest strengthening exercise to do, and the reason that we do this up against a wall is just for balance. So basically you place your fingertips or your hands up against the wall. And this is a strengthening exercise for the calf muscle. And it simply is just a calf raise. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go up onto both toes, basically. So you're lifting your heels up on both. Then what you do is you transition all of your weight over to one leg. So in this case, I'm transitioning all my weight onto my left leg, and then I'm slowly bringing the heel down. Okay. And then you repeat that. You go up, transition all the weight over, and you come down. And what you want to do is 2 sets of 12 per leg. So you'll do 1 set of 12 with transitioning all the weight over to the left leg, and then another set of 12 on the right, and then a second set on the left, and then a second set on the right. So again, we'll just demonstrate that one more time. So you go up with both legs, transition all of your weight over to the other, and slowly come down. Okay. Third exercise that I would recommend that you do for the foot ankle. You do need a little bit of equipment with this one, so what I recommend is just a nice hard foam roll, which you can get at Walmart. They're usually about $15 to $25. Place the foam roll onto the ground, and you will get down onto the ground. And if we're working the left calf, I'm going to put my left calf on top of the foam roll. I'm going to take my right leg and place it on top of my left leg. And then what you want to try to do is actually lift your hips off the ground and then roll. And you just roll back and forth. And what you'll find is you'll find some hot spots. Like for me, right there is a hot spot. I just feel a sudden increase in intensity of pain. It's not a miserable pain, but you'll know what I'm talking about when you try it. And you just hold that position for about 30 seconds. And then you relax. And you just repeat. And you just try to find those hot spots. And usually the calf is going to have about 2 or 3 hot spots. And you want to mobilize or put pressure into each hot spot about 3 times for 30 seconds. All right, that's exercise number 3 in our 5 best exercises for the foot ankle. The fourth one is just a simple balance activity. It is so important that we maintain good balance. And really, so all I need you to do is just a single leg stance. So you stand on one leg and you just hold it. And you hold it as long as you can. If you're standing here for a minute or more, then you need to make it easy or harder. You need to make it harder. So the way to make it harder is you can either start turning your head or you can close your eyes. Those are a couple of ways that you can make this harder. It's an incredibly important exercise to prevent injuries at the foot and the ankle. You want to work your balance every day, about 5 minutes every day. The foam roll I would do about 2 or 3 times a week. The calf stretch that I showed you up against the wall I would do every day. And then the calf strengthening with the heel raises, I would do that every other day. The final exercise that you're going to want to do to prevent particularly plantar fasciitis we call it a soft tissue release to the plantar fascia, but you're going to want to use a hard substance. So in this case, I usually recommend just a golf ball. You place the golf ball down on a hard surface, and you place your foot right on top of the golf ball. You press into it a little bit, not exceptionally hard, but a little bit, and then you just roll. And you roll your foot on that golf ball for about 2 or 3 minutes, and you do that about once or twice a week. So those are the 5 best exercises, in my opinion, to prevent some common foot ankle issues. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call me at 218-346-2464, and thank you for listening.